In her dreams, she made friends with the fishes, had a giddy moment with the fishes. In real life, she's unsure of how to swim in this pond. It feels too deep. Her subconscious whispers to her in her sleep, hours, minutes, seconds. Picture this, a group of aliens. Okay, not aliens, a well-known species. Yes, a species, beings, entities, not humans, just picture this. Plymouth waterways, a group of freewheeling fish. The first one's Bob. Bob's like, I got fins that could swim through tanks, pools, oceans, lakes, anything, I'm your fish. Yeah, I'm the Swimming, moving, grooving, dancing, skating through the ripples of the waterways. I got fins that could swim through tanks, pools, oceans, lakes. Well, he can't swim through anything and everything. He needs to be able to thrive. He needs to be in a space that's not contaminated and grimy, if you know what I mean. Do I have the ability to clean my own space? Yeah, I do. But Bob, he's on his own mission to create an unpolluted place. Her subconscious whispers to her in her sleep, hours, minutes, seconds. And then there's Snoopy. He's got big, bright eyes that can see into the future. He notices, sees, observes, watches everything. Compare him to a wise old teacher, an overachiever. He notices the dangerous bacteria he gets to see day and night. He notices the living and the non-living. And Snoopy's like supernatural. He checks in on the regulation of the climate. Snoopy's watching you, so don't do anything that you shouldn't do. Seriously, he's a sorcerer. He will come for you. Her subconscious whispers to her in her sleep, hours, minutes, seconds. And then there's Orion. He's like the life of the party. He's always guzzling, nuzzling, for shuzzling, twinkling, blinkling, making shapes, saying, sup G, a social fisherfly. He's always taking care of nature because, well, you can't rely on you lot to do it, now can he? Her subconscious whispers to her in her sleep, hours, minutes, seconds. Now these three fishes, they start nestling, start wrestling. They feel like there is something pressing on them. They feel like the temperature is changing and they can't swim around and do nothing because they don't have a choice really. And neither do you. Me, I, you. Hours, minutes, seconds, snooze. They start spending their days and nights studying, trying to think of how the earth can start recovering. Whilst they're on their quest, they spot things that don't look like other fishes. Snoopy does what he needs to do and calls on his animal friends that live on land. But they're not answering this time. Snoopy's like, why aren't they answering this time? Snoopy goes back to the office and gets out his fishy books, tries to figure out whether it's methane, nitrous oxide or carbon dioxide, or whether it's deforestation, or maybe it's these weird species, aliens, no, but humans. Snoopy calls on his friends, Bob and Orion, and they like busy toned him or something. Snoopy's like, what am I gonna do? What is he gonna do? The days go by and the weather changes rapidly. It goes from hot to cold almost daily. And Snoopy's like supernatural, so he uses his superpowers to look into the future. He fast forward to the 22nd century. And all that he can see in his crystallized ball is dissipation and wastefulness. The world is empty. Destruction and no opportunities. Snoopy starts howling and crying. He's trying to get himself out of the state. He's like, what am I going to do? How am I going to figure this out, mate? And we need to figure this out, mate. Snoopy turns back time and levitates out of the ocean, in a ball of ocean. I hope you're all still with me. Hours, minutes, seconds, snooze. Good, because Snoopy deserves you to be. Snoopy does what he needs to do and he calls on the humans. Explains to them what he sees. The warming, the crisis, tells them to respect the life of the biodiversity. And he speaks to them concernedly. And we are on the brink. And we are on the edge. Hours, minutes, seconds, snooze. Now here's the problem. They're not taking Snoopy seriously. Because he's just a fish out of water, ain't he? And they're not even taking each other seriously. And they're not taking the world seriously. Now how many sacrifices, spells or lives is Snoopy meant to make? Until they discover the seed, the reason for their being, the bright path that they seek. Seconds, 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 seconds. She wakes up, head in hands, pillow drenched. No more snooze. She wakes up, comprehending that time hasn't run out yet. She looks in the mirror and she says to herself, don't snooze the alarm any longer. Her subconscious screaming at her, no more snooze.